Right, I've got to fix one of my ladles now to the hot plate. It needs to sit on there, like I said before. Make sure it's sitting nice on the element. So you've got full heat on the actual pan. We've got plenty of gap there for some sort of catchment box container. Just move that out of the way. I'll have the coolant in. So we need to fix him down solidly, obviously for safety reasons. That's one reason why we've got these tabs on. They can be drilled and tapped, and then if we get some sort of L bracket down and drilled and bolted onto the box. I'll get it mounted onto the element and see what it looks like, and then I'll take it all off and then get it prepared for painting. Now I've decided I'm going to give it a nice coat of paint, with all the metal box coat of paint. I'll give it a rub down first, just to scuff it all up and take any loose paint off. I'll use this stove paint, high temperature stove paint for wood burners, barbecue stoves and lead shop makers. No, it doesn't say that, but heat resistant up to 600 degrees C. So this box isn't going to get anywhere near that hot. So that should just give it the finishing touches, and then we'll get the ladle fixed on there first, and I'll show you what I've done with brackets to make sure it's solid on there. Right, obviously it's important that the ladle is fixed firmly down onto the element. So I managed to find these adjustable kitchen fitters brackets, and it'll go on there like so. I just need to bend it there, and then I can drill through and bolt through into the case on each side, on each wing. I might put a bracket at the back to stop it moving forward as well. So I'll get that bent and then we'll see what that looks like. Right, bent the bracket. As you can see now, it will go underneath the ear. It can be drilled through there and bolted, and drilled through the box and bolted. I'll get that done each side, and then I'll see if I need to fix it at the back or not. But important, when you fix it down to your element, I'll take that out of the way. When you fix it down to the element, make sure you've got heat right up onto the ramp itself. It's important that the ramp gets nice and hot to help expel the droplets as they roll down. Obviously this will have to be lubricated with either French chalk or copper grease or something like that, or graphite spray to prevent them from sticking. So I'll get that drilled for a little bolt through each side, and then drilled and bolted down to pull it down firmly onto the element. Right, got the brackets bent and attach them now to the ears on the ladle. Now what I need to do now is install it on the shop maker. See what it looks like. Right, we're nearly finished now, lads. Got it painted. A nice coat of the black stove paint, high temperature paint on there. I think it looks quite good. I do say so myself. I've put some 10mm by 10mm aluminium angle on there because I thought the edge of that was a bit thin because it was only sheet metal, and I was a bit worried somebody might catch themselves on that and cut themselves. So that's finished. It's looking the part now. sure you'll agree it looks pretty good. So far, all I need to do now is fix the ladle. I've got the ladle there, got the brackets bent, put on. I've already lined that up and pre-drilled the holes in the top. So we can get some stainless steel. I've used stainless steel nuts and bolts because anything that's not stainless, with the heat that's generated on this, tends to go rusty. The drippers go rusty, but like I'd explained to people, when you first use it, the drippers tend to go blue because of the heat. They look really good actually. But if you don't do anything with them and put it away and store it, they will go rusty. It won't affect how it works. The drippers will still work fine, but they just look a bit rusty. So what I normally do when I've finished a session of shot making, I just get a little tiny bit of 3-in-1 oil on the tip of my finger and just wipe it over the front of them. And it just stops them going rusty and, you know, makes them look really nice. Anyway, put this on there. Should be a good fit actually. I've already lined it up once, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Probably can't. That's it. They've gone in there well. That's him anchored. Put the nuts on in the inside. I haven't got the base on yet, obviously, because I'm doing this. You can see where they come through. Get them tightened up. So basically, you can see that's all there is to it. But all the shot maker is really is a container that will hold your molten lead with drippers at the front built into it and some sort of heat source. I mean, that's all you need. All you're doing is melting the lead and dripping it through some little tiny holes in the drippers to create your lead shot. There's nothing, it's not rocket science. Half the time the biggest trouble is getting enough heat to melt the lead, but if you've got a 1.5 kilowatt element minimum, that's more than enough for the job. I've got a 2 kilowatt in this, but like I said at the beginning of the video, it's out of an old cooker and it didn't cost anything, so if you can get your materials for nothing, then it's even better. Right, so that's that fixed in there. Now I'll close it up for the base. Got the base, that's painted nice and black as well. Put that on there. Easy. Should be a slot in the back. Bit of maneuvering. That's that. Got some little feet. Put that on the back. Not necessary really, but when you're running a shot maker, you're best running it on a metal table or something anyway, just to guard against anything flammable. You don't really want to start using a shot maker on your wife's kitchen table, because I don't think she'd be very happy when she come home from work and you burnt the house down. So designate yourself a nice little area in your garage or your workshop or your garden shed or somewhere where you can do this sort of thing. Like same on, feet on, bottom on, ladle's fixed. Not a bad little unit, really. Take your time, cut your metal box out, you know, follow the instructions. If you aren't sure of any electrics, get somebody to do it for you, but There's another nice little shot maker there that's cost me a bit of time, a few quid for the aluminium. I had the switches lying around and the wires. Obviously I make my own ladles, so you know, but that's all there is to it. That's a shot maker. That's a basic shot maker. It's got no heat control other than the switch, but we can talk about that later, about controlling the heat on a shot maker. Because for me, that's what I think the most important part of shot making is, controlling the temperature of the lead. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to build a basic shot maker. My version anyway, to do the job. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and share, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon.